One day I'm coming out the Kroger. And I'm in the parking lot. And I noticed this guy who's always standing next to me, like in proximity, and he's got a pump sprayer, like he's spraying for weeds in a parking lot. And he's wearing shorts. He's wearing shorts and he's wearing flip-flops and a t-shirt. And so I notice him and I notice that he's close and I think that's weird. And so I take my time to see what he's gonna do. And I make my way to the car and it almost looks like I'm about to leave. And as I do that, I notice he goes to his truck because he thinks I'm leaving, which is had no decals on it. And he goes and starts, kind of rolling out. Now, at the front of the parking lot is a gas station, much like how you see with Walmart's and Kroger's and the bigger grocery stores. Anyway, I go to the gas station, and what do you know it? What a surprise. Oh, Mr. Pump Sprayer guy shows right back up pretty close to me where I'm pumping my gas, and he's pumping, spraying his weeds in the parking lot. And I asked the guy, now, mind you, I've worked in pest control for 4 to 5 years in sales. And when you work in the sales department and you write contracts for pest control, especially for commercial applications, you need to understand the state regulation. And being that I have that knowledge and experience, I know he's out of reg. He had no decals on his truck. He wasn't wearing proper PPE. All kind of red flags. And if I was a state man and I was, the inspector, he would have got a huge fine. So anyway, I say something to him. I kind of come up to him. I say, hey, man, I go, man, that's cool. What you got there? What you pumping? He's like, oh, I'm just, pumping spraying for some weeds. I said, oh, yeah, what you using? You using glyphosate? Now, glyphosate's the active ingredient in Roundup. And it's also known to, give you cancer if you're exposed to it for too long. It was all over the news and all that, so it was kind of like a hot topic. So I go, yeah, what you using, glyphosate? Using the active ingredient term. Not a lot of people know that. And he goes, glyphosate. Oh, glyphosate. Oh, yeah, I'm using Roundup. Yeah, I'm using that. And I said, oh, okay. Well, you ought to be wearing pants and shoes, man. And gloves. He goes, nah, I'm good. I don't need that. And I said, oh, okay. Well, are you getting paid to do this? He goes, yeah, I have my own business. I said, oh, okay, now, good, okay. I put my pump up. And I said, hey, man, why don't you come here for a second and tell me your registration number because you're out of reg. And as soon as I say that, the dude, his eyes got as wide as saucers. And this guy was a lot bigger than me, too. It was funny. He turns around and if he could have sprint, he walked as fast as he could. It almost would have looked like a sprint. He walks across the gas station parking lot, down the right-of-way, to the sidewalk next to the highway, which I know for a fact wouldn't be owned by the by the property owner who owns the Kroger, he starts spraying the sidewalk like he's spraying that. He's doing this thing where he's pretending that he's working. I laugh at him. And what's funny, and a coincidence, is the day that happened was the very last day for anyone who wanted to submit any paperwork for eligibility for running for city council. And I was followed and harassed pretty freaking heavy that day. Yeah,